10 Interesting Facts About Scotland. Scotland is such a fascinating country, our history, legendary tales and delicious food and drink. But even those of us lucky enough to live here can still find something new to learn with these fun facts about Scotland. Let's start. Did you know that 70% of gin produced in the UK is actually made north of the border? It all began way back in the 1700s when the first bottles of fiery Dutch gin ever were traded in the port of Leith in Edinburgh. Maybe it was the Scottish junipers used in the drink's creation, but the tipple became so popular that Scottish distilleries soon appeared and began making their own versions. Scotland has been home to many of the world's best-selling brands such as Gordon's, Tanqueray and Hendrick's for years. But recently, Scottish gin has enjoyed the attention it richly deserves, with a 50% spike in producers in the last year alone. That all adds up to over 50 producers across the country, from Newton Stewart in the south to Unst, the most northerly of the Shetland Islands, in the North Islands. Skye is probably one of the most well-known Scottish islands, but did you know we've actually got almost 800 in total? Not all of them are filled with friendly Scots. We've got 130 inhabited islands out of about 790. Our busiest islands are Lewis and Harris, mainland Shetland and mainland Orkney, while our quietest hold just a handful of people, languages. We are definitely a chatty bunch, so maybe it's not a surprise we've got 4 official languages to do it in. English, Scots, British Sign Language and Scottish Gaelic are all recognized. Scottish Gaelic is an ancient Celtic language that evolved from Old Irish, island hopping. You have to plan ahead to visit our islands, by ferry or by plane. But did you know Orkney is home to the world's shortest commercial passenger flight? Catch a plane between Ouistreham and Papa Ouistreham and you'll be in the air for just 2 minutes. Only in Scotland can you experience that one. We're also home to one of the world's last beach runways in Barra 2, world records. Scotland holds the world record for the longest echo in a man-made structure, after breaking our own record. The original figure of 15 seconds was set in 1970 at the Hamilton Mausoleum in South Lanarkshire. But in 2014 a new world record was set inside the Inchindow tunnels near Invergordon when a shot from a pistol took 112 seconds for the echo to end. Capital city. We all know and love Edinburgh as a city, but there is so much to learn about her history. Edinburgh was built on 7 hills, just like Rome, and has more listed buildings than anywhere in the world. The Royal Mile of Edinburgh's Old Town is said to have been home to the world's first ever skyscrapers, which must have been quite a sight in the 17th century. Oldest things. Now, you might have guessed that Scotland is pretty old, but did you know how much of that history still survives in some form today? We've got the Fortin Gau, a heritage tree thought to be one of the oldest living things in Europe at around 3,000 to 9,000 years old. Then there's the Mkilleora beech hedge, also in Perthshire, which was planted in 1745 and stands at a whopping 100 feet, 30 meters, high and 530 meters long. It's recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest hedge in the world. The world-famous Calanaea standing stones in the Outer Hebrides form one of the most complete stone circles in Britain and Europe. They're believed to have been erected around 2900 BC. And then there's the Heart of Neolithic Orkney, another UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is made up of the Ring of Brodgar and the Stones of Stenness, 2 standing stone circles, Skara Brae, an ancient Neolithic settlement, and Moshow, a Neolithic chambered tomb. It provides an amazing look at a now gone 5,000-year-old culture. UNESCO sites. Talking of UNESCO sites, did you know Scotland is home to multiple UNESCO designations, from World Heritage Sites to Cities of Design and Music? There's the island of St Kilda, the Galloway in southern Ayrshire Biosphere, New Lanark, the Forth Bridge, Dundee, Glasgow and Edinburgh, the Wise, Myths and Legends. Scotland is a land filled with stories of myths and legends. We all know our most famous monster, Nessie, though none of us have seen her. But did you know our national animal is the mythical unicorn? It was first used on a Scottish coat of arms in the 12th century and is thought to represent purity, innocence, power and chivalry. You can still spot some unicorns in Scottish towns and cities sitting atop a market cross. This is the Scottish name for a market cross, which gave the town the right to hold a regular market or fair. It was a symbol of authority, and there are still over 100 dotted around the country. Sustainability. With such a beautiful country, it's no surprise we're keen to look after Scotland and make sure she stays at her best. We were the first country in the world to sign up to Tourism Declares a Climate Emergency, an initiative to encourage the tourism sector to reduce carbon emissions. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more video about interesting fact of other countries.